Okay, we got one person on. Hey, Jay Wayne. Hey, T Jefferson. Hey, Nicole Woods. So, y'all, I got Aubrey and Jose on the phone.
Hey, y'all.
And we're going to just... So we're going to have a good girlfriend conversation, child, because that's what we was doing. We was having conversation. I was getting off the phone, but then... And then Jose had brought up some books that he had been reading. And so then we started talking. And so let's get into this conversation. Because I've just felt like, I hate when my titties feel like they one big titty together. Oh, goodness.
You know my double D's.
Bye, Aubrey. So we were talking about... Okay, where's my chat? Wait a minute. It's frozen. Hold on. Damn it.
Look at the comments. What you missed something?
Okay, there it is. So we were talking about just, life lessons and why do I feel like I'm just gonna cry? What is wrong with you? Stop. Knock it off. Knock it off. So I was telling them, I said, we just getting started, Audrey. I'm so glad you're here, Adria. I said to them, love is trauma. Love is trauma filled. And because what was your question, Aubrey?
Is there a way that you can be able to master it? Because we talked about the differences between bliss.
Okay, so then I should say that then. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I said bliss is something different than love. Love is trauma. So let me explain. Now, I said love is what you have, for your children, for your people, your spouses. That's, you have love for them. You don't have bliss for them. Bliss is a like a monumentous feeling. And I said, imagine that you are being put out, you're being evicted, and you have no way of saving your apartment or your house. And nobody is helping you. You've been crying for 7 days. 2 of those days, you almost shitted on yourself for crying. I really said that too. You almost shit on yourself for crying so hard. And then there's a knock at the door. And then it's like, are you Aubrey Marie? Here's a check for $500 million. In that moment, you experience bliss. Mm-hmm. It's a short-lived bliss because you don't love the check. You're experiencing euphoria. Bliss is euphoria. Love is trauma. Love will make you kill. It's trauma. So, because I was saying, my daughter now understands because she's a mom. And she just watches her baby all day. And she's like so in love with her baby. And it's like when you don't know that you can love something or someone in that amount, like you are experiencing emotion of an overgrowth where you don't even know that you can feel something like this for another person. And you've watched this child grow up for 18 years. I could really just cry because I know so many people whose children have passed. I'm trying not to. And you watch them grow and you're like holding on because you don't want nobody to do nothing to you. You don't want it to hurt. You know what I mean? You don't want it to hurt. And then here comes some nigga now courting, dating, then got her, took her out, they drinking, ain't nobody answering the phone. In that moment of you calling, nobody's answering, you're in a state of craziness. You're in a state of crazy. You're in a state of rage. You're a ball of emotion. You can literally kill somebody because you're overwhelmed with a state of emotion that you have no words for, no understanding for, anything. So about time she answers the phone, you are in a state of crazy. Answer the motherfucking phone. Why the fuck ain't you answer? Like, You're not bliss. You don't bliss your children.
Right.
That is a different kind of emotion, you know? And so Aubrey said, you said, can you master that?
Right. I was asking inside of that, are you able to master it? Because is there even a positive side of love? And if not, is love a part of the programming?
I really believe that it is, because that's why they had told us a few years ago. They said, don't use the word love. Say heartfelt emotions, because that's what it is.
Heartfelt
You are
emotions.
feeling something with your heart and your soul that you can't comprehend. You know what I mean? So can you master it? I'm not sure, because even if you're in a state of a relationship, a domestic relationship, and you didn't fell in love and you love this person, but very quickly you can hate that person,
Mm-hmm.
you can kill that person, you can almost be in a state of trauma to where you want to do something to yourself because your mind can't wrap itself around it. You don't want to be with me. No. Like, it's devastation. It is
Mm-hmm.
a lack of understanding. So even if we in love, we good. Yes, but now it can bring in insecurity, distrust issues. I don't care if you and Tyrone been together for 20 years. If for the next 6 days he come in late and he don't answer his phone, guess what happens?
You're brokenhearted.
All that insecurity will come the fuck in like, I did gain a little weight. He ain't said nothing.
Not a thing.
Not a
He even told
thing.
you the reason as to why he did what he
He's
did.
been out planning a party for you. But you in here like, God, I knew he was not attracted to me. I knew he changed. Like, let me go, Ari. Nothing is being
Right.
said.
Yeah.
But that's an emotion that you cannot rectify in your mind.
Wow. And I think that the biggest thing is that we're taught at a young age, this is love. We're love is this, love is that. But no one has ever taken out the time to say that love will have you in some very dark places. You don't find out about that until you find out about that shit.
So Raven says, personally, I don't think love is the trauma exactly. I think the people we attach the love to causes trauma. There is no situation that you can give me where love will not cause trauma. It isn't. I don't care if it's attached to your children, to your best friend, to the person you're in love with, to your mother, your father. There is no person you can attach love to that won't cause trauma. Love is trauma.
We just had that
It's an
conversation.
emotional, it's an emotional, like, I don't even know the word. Right, because people always say love is a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's why they say there's a thin line. Wow.
It's a thin line between love and hate, Jose. Right.
So you won't even be able to
Mm.
master it because of it's the hardest thing to master.
So Ursula says she disagree. Puts in the chat why you disagree, Ursula. And then Melanated Honeybee says reaction. So, okay, emotional reaction. That's what love is. It's an emotion. You just call it love because you don't know another word to call it.
Because it cannot be bliss.
It's not bliss. Bliss is a state of euphoria.
Right. It's not bliss. It's exactly what it is, a state of emotion, because love, the saying love make you do some of the craziest things.
For the love of money. I don't give a fuck what you love.
Inside Out is love the conglomerate of all those emotions combined. And they just put the title love over it, but it can be disgust, it can be anger, it can be sadness, it can be joy. It can be anxiety. It can be all of those in a conglomerate. It's just one of those ones that you put one label and call it love, but it's they say compilatin, a compilatin of all of those, and that is love, which is hard to master.
So, look, Jessica put in the chat. Jessica says, "My husband passed last week, and I feel all types of emotion." I totally get it, and you don't even know how to rectify it because you don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? Like that. Like it's a missing. You miss him. You're disappointed. You're hurt. It's all kinds of emotion. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It is, and I agree. You're right, Raven. I agree with Jose. Yes, excuse me.
That is very, very interesting.
I was trying to wait to see what Ursula says, which she disagrees, because a lot of people probably will disagree. But
even with that, I want to know why they would want to disagree too, because even inside of that, it will jog something else. You know what I mean? To as far as the conversation to get deeper, because I think the biggest thing for people to understand is that if they feel that love is very imperative to them, to where that is a a line for, even like as far as tomorrow, right? Right. It's Valentine's Day. Everybody is supposed to show love. It's so crazy why we have this conversation. Right. But everybody is supposed to show love, but is that really what that day is about? That day isn't about love. Mm-hmm. It's about something totally different.
Let me tell y'all a story real quick. I'm gonna tell a quick story, right? And my cousin Emil is on here, so he's probably gonna fall on the fucking floor laughing because at this time he was living with me and my ex. And it is Valentine's Day, or it is Mother's Day. That's what it is. It's Mother's Day. And I was dating this white guy at the time, and he didn't brought me an outfit and I think some perfume, but we hadn't got into it. First of all, I used to smoke cigarettes, and this motherfucker would smoke his carton and my carton too. So I'm at my wits' end. I come in, he done smoked all my motherfucking cigarettes from work. So now I am furious, okay? So he didn't bought me this shit. I didn't threw the shit out the fucking window. I don't give a fuck. I didn't threw it out the car window. It lands in oil. I bust out crying. Because I'm frustrated. You know what I mean? And I'm supposed to love this person, but I don't really know if I love this person, but he's helping to take care of me. And he's I'm slobbering. Cause he was there like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? I picked it up. Like I was just at my wit's end.
Right. So in that moment, would you say that you were showing the emotion of love for the wrong reason?
Yes, probably because I was frustrated, and you know what I mean? I was young. I was like 19. You know what I mean? Okay, wait. Ursula's responded. She said, okay, I agree with whomever said I love is love. If you're attaching it to something that's not for you, I believe lots of people don't even know what love is. Love isn't supposed to hurt. That's my opinion. Understood. But I feel like, and I get exactly what you're saying, because we all say that love isn't supposed to hurt. But who said that? Bliss isn't supposed to hurt. Love is an emotion attached to your heartstrings. It's going to. Where can you have a solid love where a motherfucker ain't got on your nerve? I don't give a fuck who it is. They're going to get on your nerves. Yes, you still know you still love them, but it's going to be that love that will, a person you love can make you angrier than anybody ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You will walk out, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. As soon as he go to the door, you will throw yourself in front of the door. No. Don't go. I'm sorry. I just love you. You know what I mean? Because you are in a ball of emotion. Because it is crazy. That shit is crazy, bro. And it's even worse when you have children.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get what Ursula is saying though. You know what I mean? Because we believe that it isn't supposed to hurt because you've been taught that, but it's not true. Bliss
So
doesn't hurt.
inside of that, what would be the best ways to heal that? Right? Because I think the biggest thing now is that when a lot of people are hurt, speaking for myself, like when you're
Oh,
hurt,
you are pretty.
You're in those moments like, how the fuck am I going to get rid of this emotion or how I'm feeling in this moment? Like, how am I going to be able to step outside of this? I want to feel it, but I don't want to feel it anymore. Like, what do I have to do? I don't want to deal with the heartbreak. I don't have time to deal with that. I don't like how this may feel. Like, what is the next steps for anybody that's just wanting to be able to get rid of those that trauma inside of that? Because if love is that trauma, how are we able to at least start to put some ointment for the healing wounds or even those stitches?
You might can master it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so Amazon Beauty 85 says, I believe you can love to hate and you can love to love. It all depends on which way you choose and how you choose to vibrate with love. And that is probably a true statement. You know what I mean? Because I understand people be in relationships for 40 and 50 years, but it may be good for the last 30. You know, they might not argue as much, but in that first 20, guess what? They may have learned to master their emotions, or they may have just become numb to something. You know what I mean? They may have just learned to accept the person for the bullshit. And, I'm just going to be with this person. Like, I know relationships that have been really good. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, how did y'all do that? And they talk. They may not even live in the same house because is what works for them. You know what I'm saying? But that's not to say they're not going to get on each other's nerves. You know what I mean? And in that moment, it doesn't mean that you have to get put out. It don't mean that we can't talk. It means that I am angry with you. Because if love was perfect and love didn't hurt, you wouldn't be angry. You wouldn't be irritated. That is a lie. And to think otherwise causes trauma. Understand that.
Mm-hmm. I hear it. I hear exactly what the hell you're saying. I do too. And I agree for real.
Because if he disappoints you and forget your birthday,
oh, that's all. That girl, what? We're done.
You can be good and not have, you feel like you don't have no issues. For the last 5 years, y'all been solid as a rock. And then he done got up and fixed you breakfast and everything and brought you flowers and everything. And in 2 weeks, he forgot your birthday. Everything he did today goes out the window. It's an emotion. You just keep calling it love. It's just a ball of emotion, of feelings.
It's a ball
That's it.
of emotion.
That is it. Nobody experiences bliss for a long period of time. When you feel bliss is when you about to bust a nut. In that moment, you're in euphoria. I love this, mom. I love. You need me to fix you something. Oh. And then, soon as you bust a nut, you know what? You get on my motherfucking nerves. Fuck you. No, fuck you.
Right. Back to reality.
Nobody experiences bliss for a very long time until you are probably, I don't know, but maybe in the soul or spirit energy in a different way.
Right. Because it makes you think when people say, I hate it with a passion.
You can hate with a passion or love with a passion. But what is lust? This is what I'm saying to you. I don't think y'all understand what I'm saying. I don't care if you call it lust, love, hate, like. It's only one emotion. We be like, oh, it's love and it's fear. It's all one emotion. It's just how is it showing up in this moment? How is it showing up right now?
Wow.
Because motherfuckers swear they love me and then be like, I couldn't watch you for the last 6 months and I love you so much. I don't know. You didn't got on my nerves and I didn't know what it was. I'm back though. One band, one sound.
That is funny as hell. It makes what you can say. It's the conglomerate of all the emotions, love, which we're talking about, is that basically us trying to figure out the components to master ourselves. It's like the master of me.
That is so good. That is so good, Jose. Probably. Mm-hmm. That is so good. Because when you learn to master your emotions, like I've been doing good. You know what I mean? Because it's a choice, honestly. I could choose to let you get on my nerves, or I could just walk away. How do I want to handle this? So it could be a mastering of self and emotion.
And then however you're vibrating with the next person, you're just learning how to do it together. And if it's easier depending on the person that you're doing the exercise with.
Yes, sometimes that's how cheating happens. And I've never been a cheater. But sometimes that's how cheating happens because you love this person in a different way, but you've connected with this motherfucker from the soul. Mm-hmm. And then started off, that's my work husband. And now you in the back of his Tahoe sucking his dick. You don't even know what happened.
But it's really that.
You felt an emotion in that moment, and now people hate themselves. They crying. I don't know what happened. You felt an emotion that made you connect with a different person. I don't believe in relationships anymore. I do not. Because I believe you can feel shit for different people. I've watched it. I have clients. They've been in a relationship for 20 years with a motherfucker they don't like, but they love, and because their families are intertwined, I've had clients who has that same situation and been cheating with this motherfucker, and he has a wife. Mm-hmm. I've seen it all. I've been doing this work over 10 years. I've seen everything you can imagine. I don't believe in it. It's emotion.
It is.
And if you don't know how to handle it, it'll take you in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm. Wow. The ultimate.
I think people get blind, Aubrey. And I feel like that's where their trauma comes in at. Like, I'm just going to give you a synopsis real quick that you can have someone, a spouse, and you're going through everything and y'all been together for 10 years and your spouse passes away and everything in your life feels like it's crumbling because your spouse has passed. And then you get a phone call the day he passes from his woman he's been with for 5 years. This just happened. Everything in this woman's life, she is having a very hard time understanding because she trying to figure out what the fuck. This literally just happened for real. Because when I started her reading, and I hope I'm not saying too much, but when I started her reading, I'm like, your husband is showing a picture of you two. I described the picture. She said, oh no, honey, that's him that I just found, that him and his side woman. I shrunk in my seat. Oh no. She found it after he passed. She had no fucking clue, bro. And got the phone call on the way to the funeral from her. No. I don't want to be attached to anything like that. Because people are just people. Yehuda tells me all the time, Quatita, pull the judgment back. People are just people. To expect anything other than that is trauma. And that's why people get their feelings hurt, because my husband would never do that. My husband would never cheat on me. We are in love. Yup. I had a man. Listen, I had like 3 or 4 women come to me. They were my clients, I swear, in 1 year, and they were like months apart. And I realized by the second or third one, they was all fucking with the same man in Cincinnati. By the third one, I was pissed. I called, I said, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. 2 of his other bitches is my clients. One of them was married. The other one was a young chick he was helping with business. And this one, she was the side piece that thought that was really her motherfucking man. But she knew that he wasn't really her man. She understood it, but she couldn't let him go. You know what she did? Yeah, the psychic, I went and talked to her and she told me. Now it didn't cause conflict with my other clients. So now I shut the fuck up. But when I realized he was fucking 3 of my clients, I was pissed.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't give a fuck how you look at it, how you paint it. You can love somebody down and still be human and some shit happen.
That's a part of that programming.
Melinda says, I have to be honest, I'm in love with 2 people now. Because you can be. You love them for different fucking reasons, bro.
Right. That's deep as fuck. Girl.
Raven, you say, I don't think people are getting with the person they actually loved. People settle because they think they're running out of time, can't find better, scared to be alone, might love them, but not unconditional. I'm about to drop the link. I want you to come tell me what is unconditional love.
That's the damn word I was thinking about. Get out my face.
I'm going to drop the link for you, Raven. I want you to come tell me what unconditional love is. I want to hear your point of view. I don't think that you're wrong. Because I really think you're right. People don't get with people that maybe they should be with. I don't know. But I want you to tell me what unconditional love is to you. Because you have unconditional love for your children. You know what I mean? You really do. You can have unconditional love for your children. You had a body for them motherfuckers. They did it on TikTok. Mom, I didn't ran somebody over. Like, help. Get here now. Don't tell anybody. Don't talk to nobody. Just get here.
Right.
You willing to hide a body. Some parents are like, you going to jail. I'm going to call the police. Don't bring that here. Because, correct, you say my love ain't unconditional. It has a limit. That's honesty. For real. You say, to me, unconditional love comes with no expectations. That's the best way to be, because then the hurt should be, not necessarily will be, Abby, should be minimal. You say, yep, because I raised you better than that. What if it's an accident? You say, still go to the police. Say, this is true. My mother still communicate with my father, and they've been separated for 8 years, and she just married. I'm just expressing that love is an emotion, but it's trauma. Mm-hmm. Because if your mama died, that's trauma. If your child died, that's trauma. You can love your child and you be trying to be there for your child, and your child can get in their motherfucking feelings and say, I need space from you. I need for you to just leave me alone. You are devastated. My daughter went off to college and I cried for 3 months. Hey, Raven.
Hey, Miss Quatita.
Hey, okay, tell me what unconditional love is to you.
Oh, you put me on the spot. I guess the best way I would describe it is just like accepting someone for completely who they are, not who you think they are or what you hope they would be,
Not
but
for their potential.
not for their potential, just like for who they show you they are, who they could possibly be in the future, who they have been in the past, is just accepting them completely
Do
and
you
understanding that
believe that
they're
you can fall out of love with someone?
yeah. I think well, I don't know. I think like on a surface level, because you can say you love anybody you come across, but like actual unconditional love, I think you will still have some type of love for them, if that makes sense. Like I don't know if
Very
you
true.
could really fall out of love with someone like that.
What would make you fall out of love with somebody?
What would make what?
Make you fall out of love with someone?
Um, if they purposely, if they purposely try to hurt you, um, to betray you.
That's so interesting. Okay, okay, okay. So you heard what she said? Okay. So question, Raven. Why do you believe that women still have love and or men still have love inside of a abusive or toxic relationship?
Mm, I think that it's not actually love. I think maybe at one point in time you might have loved them, but with abuse, it messes with your mind and it
Mhm.
makes you feel like whatever they're giving you is love, but still you accept that. But I don't think that you actually feel love towards them, if
So
that makes
is
any
it
sense.
possible that the person receiving and giving the toxic love is the only love they know how, because that's the love they experienced?
Hold on, so wait, you're saying the person that's abusing, is that the only love
Both.
they know how to give?
Both.
But yeah, I think sometimes, especially if you've experienced that or if that's what you've seen, you think that that is love, when it's not, because I don't think that you would want to hurt the person that you supposedly love. You would want to hurt them in any type of way, and then also just experiencing that pain. I don't think that's love.
Got it. Gratitude. I appreciate your opinion.
Gratitude.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank y'all. All right, thanks.
Yes. I just feel like I totally get what she's saying. You know what I mean? And I agree. Um, I feel like people don't know what love is because love doesn't exist. Love is a word. Love is a word. Emotions are emotions. Period.
Listen, it makes sense though, for real. It really does.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anybody want to come up and give their opinion? You come up, give your opinion, and then go back down. Trauma bonding. What do you think the difference is between love and trauma bonding? Can you come up, beautiful Mimi? Love is a verb. It is an action. Okay, I'm gonna put the link back down here again. Ari, you got what you doing? Eating the icy thing?
Oh, I'm allowed.
I'm
Oh.
seeing you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Let's see. Whitney says, I feel like everyone come from a different walk of life, so love comes in different forms for others. Whitney, come and tell me what love is. Shane says love is energy.
What is that?
Say, well, it's also my name. It's not just a word for me.
Forms of others. And I keep that. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? What you think?
It's your name that you've become attached to. Because if you were to get married and you changed your name, guess what? Your name would be Jones. I don't think people understand what I'm saying. It's an emotion, it is an attachment, it is an entity. Just like sadness, anger, it is an entity. You say love is the highest vibration. That's bliss. That's bliss. Why don't you bliss your children? Why don't you bliss your spouse?
I bless you instead of I love you.
It is an entity. You've named it. They gave you that. You didn't come up with that. You didn't ask your soul and your spirit. You're connecting with an entity they call love. Cupid doesn't lie. But niggas do, bitches do. Because people are people.
And love do too.
Love is when you feel safe. No, I feel safe in my house. You can feel safe with somebody you love and somebody come through that door and he throw you in front of them. Because he's a person and there's a reaction. Not everybody's a hero. Love is not a hero. I just don't want you to be hurt by expecting something different than what you are believing.
So pose the question, how many people are expecting love on tomorrow?
How many people are expecting love on tomorrow? I love you. And if you call my phone, I will cuss you out. Like, why the fuck you calling my phone? You can send me a donation on my phone. I'd be like, gratitude. I love you for that. And then you would text me an hour later, like, governess. I just thought about, you're not going to love me after that. And I'm not going to love you because why the fuck are you texting my phone? See, love is crossing boundaries. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Bring that home.
Hey, Whit.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain.
You're interested. I'm so happy you came up. Can we talk about your situation of your love who got killed and your love who you were loved and all of that?
Yes. Can we say hi?
Explain what I'm talking about because you're perfect. You are perfect in what I'm talking about. You came to me as a client, right?
Yes.
Tell me why you came to me as a client. What happened?
My sister passed away. Well, my best friend passed away. My sister, my uncle. I don't know if I explained that to you where my aunt killed my uncle in my car. Can I explain to you real quick? Mm-hmm. My aunt, she deal with like what they would say schizophrenic, bipolar, and quote unquote that stuff. And long story short, she everybody was scared of her. Me and my sister wasn't scared. I understood and was okay with it because she showed me what I would call great love, amazing love growing up. So I didn't want to give up on her. I let her borrow my car because she would like go off of her meds and be walking across the highway and stuff. And my uncle was in his 80s. Long story short, I let her borrow my car. She stole my car and killed my uncle in my car. She stabbed him 192 times and left him in my car. So, and that was on June 16th. A year before that, June 16th, my older sister passed away, who we spoke with you.
Because you're a twin, right?
So, yeah, my sister is Monique.
Okay.
Yeah. My definition of love, I would say, is what you make it. For like with my mom growing up or whatever, she
okay, just wait a
bought
minute.
everything
No,
for
just
us.
pause because
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because it's an energy, like they said, it's an energy, it's an entity that you create.
Yes.
Love doesn't exist. It's not real. It's an emotion that you feel. It's a connection. It's an energy that you keep putting a word to. It's what
Yes.
you make it.
It's what you make it. Yeah.
And it's going to have a
Because growing up,
result
my
one way
mom,
or another. Go ahead.
yeah, it's what you make it. Because if you go off of the love what everybody else say, you will never show love correctly or receive love correctly if you go off of everybody else. And my mom, growing up, she bought us everything, took care of us, but she didn't say I love y'all or give us hugs and kisses. So I decided, like in teenage, like that's not the type of love that I want, that I like, that I want to receive. The type of love I want to give to my daughter is different. So it's what you make it.
Okay,
It's
so let
what
me
you
ask
want.
you a question because I think that's so beautiful that you said that. So, mom took care of you very well.
Very well.
Did she show you love?
Not my form of love, no. I wanted to be told, I love you. Y'all are amazing. I'm happy that I have y'all. And I want a hug and a kiss.
She
I didn't
showed
have
you
that
love
growing
that
up.
she knew.
That she knew. And that's a whole nother conversation. That's why I'm in understanding of everything that happened because she can only do what she knows. You know what I'm saying? It's that's a whole nother conversation, but it's just the way you want love, the way you see love or how you feel or how you want it. It's not based off what everybody else say because it's never going to come back to you correctly. If you
Let
go
me
off of
ask you a
somebody over
question.
here.
Let's talk about it then. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna pose this to you and to Aubrey because Aubrey's on the phone. So,
Hey
say you're
Aubrey.
dating someone, right? Say you're dating someone, and
Mm-hmm.
this person makes you feel at peace, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
peaceful, and like somebody said in the chat, I feel safe when I'm with this person, right? And
Mm-hmm.
when we together, like it's joyful. But when we're not together, he doesn't text back. He's not answering his phone. And but then when I talk to him, I feel the joy and the love. And then he doesn't answer his phone. He's not texting back. But then he comes over, he takes me out to eat, we do shit. Like, what is that? Why are you not content with that?
I feel like you're so much into the feeling that you get when you're with them that you're kind of like ignored the simple fact that he's not answering, he's not texting because it's obvious it's something going on, you know. And I feel
Why?
like it's kind of like in denial because
Maybe
like he's a good
why?
person.
Why is something going on, Whitney? Why is something going on? He's loving you when he loves you. Why do you need something more?
I wouldn't say something going on like he's cheating or it might just be something that he's doing where he's not answering or
Why is
texting.
that
But
your business?
true, true, true. Yes, I needed that. Yes,
Love is controlling.
yes.
It's trauma. I don't give a fuck. Come on up,
Yeah,
Miss
because the
Tiana.
last person what this happened last time with the last person, then this will happen. So that's something you stick with. So I do agree.
You saying because that's not love. Who said that? He might just want to be by
Yeah.
himself for 4 days. You're controlling how somebody loves you. Girl, you don't love him because you don't even trust him. He might just want to be by
Correct.
himself for 4 days.
We
Yes.
often idea of love mixed up with the version of ideas we have for potential. Right. Because sometimes we mix up the potential we want them to come with. Right. And then we base that off of
You want somebody to love you with your mind what it looks like. You come up with fairy tales as children and as adults, and you overthink it. And this person is going to come in here and they're going to love me. Why? That ain't what the fuck they love is.
looking for a
Right.
Come on, Miss Tiana. What's love? What you come to say?
I
Okay,
was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
drop down. I
exactly.
love y'all to life. I'm back in the chat.
Okay, Whitney.
I was gonna say the same thing that Jose said. I think you're right. It is an emotion, a state of emotion. And that's something that no one can achieve. We can never achieve the same emotion for a long period of time. So it's gonna be ups and downs. So I think we're setting ourselves up for failure with the
That's all
fairy
I'm saying.
tales that we tell ourselves.
That's all I'm saying.
With our ideal of it, because someone can show love and think love in their own way. And I think that's the clash that we have.
There's a song that speaks to what I'm saying. This speaks so perfectly. In the song, she don't say, I love you. She says, I feel for you. I think I love you. I think I feel for you. That is so perfect. I feel for you. I have feelings for you. I have heartfelt feelings for you. You hear people say all the time, I don't know what to do with this.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have a hard time receiving love, and it
Tell me
might
why.
not come out romantic, much like the other young lady. My mother, she was not what one would think a woman would show their kids. Like my mom, she had me in her late 30s, and I know she just was not loving. She doesn't kiss good night, I love you. Those words was never spoken. But she took care of us the best that she could, and I appreciated it. Um, it just growing up when people do kind gestures and stuff like that, I don't respond well. People might
Okay.
say it's mean, but I don't receive or
Okay.
give love the
So,
same way.
because there is a scientific fact, right, where they say babies need love. They call it love, but they really tell you babies need touch. They need attention.
Mm-hmm.
They need you to focus and entertain them. Ooh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying to you. Your mother took care of you.
Mm-hmm.
You said I appreciated it. Did you?
For the
What
most part, yeah.
happened? Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Was mom mean?
I think she could have handled things better. Yeah.
So mama had trauma.
Yes.
So sometimes as adults, we be like, well, my kids ain't called me. And it's like, you the parent. But if the parent don't know, because sometimes we don't believe kids can teach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was her response when you would tell her you loved her?
It's funny. I don't say that either. Like that's the way it was, like an
What
unspoken rule.
made you
That's how
feel
she talked.
uncomfortable to do it?
Because that was not a part of my household until we started traveling more and going other places, seeing family members. They calling me, "Hey, baby, I love you," kiss. That made me uncomfortable for a while because that's not what I was used to.
So when people would say it, say I love you. So for me to say to you, I love you, I think you're beautiful. You don't believe me, do you?
It's not that I don't believe you. I just find a statement a little off-putting.
Tell me
Just a
why.
little off-putting because
Tell me
once again,
why.
it's not a part of my reality growing up. So it's not something that I hear every day or things that was spoken. So when people say it, it feels like it's out the blue. It's just taken
So
aback. I
you
have a
need the
delayed
word.
response.
You need the word. But see, this is what I was trying to get when I talked to Raven and I said, so why do people stay in abusive relationships, you know, inside of that love? And she said, because that's not really love. But I can say I love you to you and beat your ass.
True.
You needed the word. You ignored the action.
Well, people could also stay because honestly, is they don't think they're worthy of real love. That relationship may be a reflection of how they really feel about themselves.
Yes.
That's probably
But
why they stay.
what is real love?
Mm,
We're still
honestly,
talking about an emotion. We're talking about bliss.
It still goes back to the original question.
We're talking about bliss. We want to feel seen, accepted, touched, appreciated,
uh,
coddled
and I
in some
also think we
instances.
should find that within ourselves instead of
Absolutely.
searching it elsewhere.
Absolutely. But see, but that's the thing. Okay, so growing up the way you grew up, do you have love for yourself?
I won't say 100% if I could be honest.
Tell
That's
me
going to
why. What
be
is it you don't love about you?
like you said, we just using this word love just for the sake of the conversation, but that comes with a lot of emotions, and those emotions have actions. And
It's
certain
trauma.
people, yes, and people trauma or their misbehavior is placed on you, and you just internalize how you feel about yourself.
Right. So I can be with you and I can, what's your name?
Tiana.
Tiana. Okay. I can be with you, Tiana, and I can be with you for a year and I can show you all kind of love. I can take you place. I can listen to you when you cry. I can give you a shoulder and never tell you I love you.
Correct.
Would you believe that I love you?
Yeah, I say so.
Why?
Because that's what resonates with me more. Because once again, growing up, that's how my mother showed love.
Then she loved you.
Well, it's not as black as white as you want to make it to be. Like,
No, but it really is. You needed the word. She wasn't perfect. We can say that. That's okay to say. And I was angry with her about how she responded to some things.
it's also the way things come about. You could tell me for your birthday you want these beautiful emerald earrings, and I gave you hell about it. Eventually, I gave you what you wanted, but how I treated you in the process, you weren't gonna have much appreciation for it. You understand? Yes, you got what you want. It's beautiful from you wearing it, but it's gonna come with a lot of things like, oh my God, I talked down about you. I called you this and that. So yeah, you got what you wanted, but it wasn't in a loving manner.
So what's
That's
the
a factor as
situation?
well.
Who did that?
Honestly, I think I just come from a family that has a lot of trauma, so I don't want to pinpoint, but that's the way they showed love, I guess. You could ask for something. Oh my God, it's so expensive. Blah blah blah. Just fuss about it. You could simply just say no. You just don't have it. But you're gonna make me feel bad about my request. Eventually, you're gonna do it. But once I get it, do I really want it? Did it? The trauma that you embarked on me, was it really worth the reward?
Because that's not showing love. That's not
I
showing
agree.
love. There's other ways to show love. This is all I'm saying. It doesn't have to come with the word. It can be attached to an emotion, and we don't need to keep calling it love because it's simply a feeling, an emotion. Like it is a touch. I can touch you. Motherfucker said, the way he touched me, I know he loved me. The way he look at me, I know he loves me.
Yeah, but things get kind of confusing because even though that was my experience, they have a completely different experience, and they can just say, I'm just ungrateful. I brought you this and that and you ain't appreciated it. And that's how the relationship or our connection get lost because you just have two different views of what love is.
It's very, very, very true because it's all still coming back to giving someone something,
And you cannot tell
doing
people how to
something.
love, honestly. So just my
But you
love
want
does
to,
not resonate with your love, and that's fine, but it's unfortunate.
is
Will
it?
someone believe?
But is it, Tiana? Because let me tell you something. Even all of the examples you're giving me, you're removing the love out of it, and I can feel your anger because it's trauma.
No, I'm not denying that. It just, like I said, it's unfortunate because people just can't see eye to eye. It's like a level
I
understanding.
don't
Whether you
need
agree
to.
or not, at least we
I
have an
listen. Me and Aubrey was in a
understanding.
shouting match in a motherfucking car, and it was like afterwards we like, "I love you, bitch. I love you too." Okay, yeah. Where we gonna eat? I don't know. I want some Hooters. You okay with that? Because it's an emotion, and it's. You keep saying it's not how I grew up. It didn't have to be. It's how, what are you doing right now to receive the action or the feeling of the emotion of what is surrounding you? You're angry. Let it go. So you can feel what you feel like you missed. Let it go.
I
Because
think I
maybe
accept it.
that's because how mom shows up like that, but that means somebody didn't show her love. And so now that comes back to you, who to saying people are just people.
Yeah.
She's fucked up in trauma.
Yeah.
So she don't know what love is to give you that, to say I love you, because she doesn't know what that is. And so now you're following along in that same category.
Yeah.
But it's anger because it's trauma. So just let it go.
I think I
Does it
accepted it.
hurt? No, you didn't.
I
I
did
can feel you.
it.
I feel your anger, because the more you gave me examples, the more your tone changed. Because, like, if they didn't give me, like, you haven't. You were in the emotion of what you felt. There was no love there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're living in a state of anger and repressed emotion. I want you to just let it go,
Okay.
because love isn't a feeling, it's an action, it's a touch, it is a look, it is a vibration. But bliss is the ultimate. Let the word go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gratitude, Miss Tiana.
Gratitude. Bye.
The word go.
Let the word go.
Create the feeling.
Yeah.
Recreate the feeling.
Can you? Can you recreate something that was never there? Or can I just try to move forward and allow whatever, for me to discover what, let's not call it love. I just want to vibe. I don't want to be in a relationship with nobody. I just want to vibe.
Just vibe.
Because if I'm in a relationship, I have to love you. I have to accept your bullshit. I have to get mad when you don't call me. And really, I'm going to act. I'm going through an act. I'm acting. Because don't come over here. I don't even want you in my house.
Love is toxic.
I'm trying to tell you, it's trauma.
It is trauma.
It is trauma.
Love is toxic.
It's not a joke. I'm not lying to you. It is trauma. Because it's attached to everything that's a feeling. Oh, my battery about to die. Hold on. Let me go get my battery, y'all. They can hear you, Aubrey. Go ahead and talk.
That is so deep, bitch. Love is toxic.
It is.
Love is toxic as fuck.
It's time. Listen. Love will make you do wrong. Will make you do right.
Period. Because now it even goes into the fact of toxic masculinity, toxic femininity, right? Inside of both of those, because inside of that, toxic masculinity comes into the play of, I still love this person, but I'm still going out here do what the fuck I want to do.
You understand me? I can love you and still want to fuck somebody.
Girl, what?
Girl, what?
How does that even make sense?
Because and then people like, that ain't love. It is. It's what I know as love. Because your truth is your truth.
And that's the same thing, because when I was told that by you know who, he was just basically going in like he could really do that and not have love for the other person, but still, what the fuck? Why love come with that type of forecast? It is said that oh my gosh, it is a sunny day. The skies are clear. But that's why it's traumatic, because they make you think it's textbook. Yeah. And it's not. And it's not.
The energy got to catch up with me. My shit is fucking up. The energy got to catch up with me.
You was here, there, and everywhere. That is like so deep. It's really, the question of it is damn. Because me and Jose have been sitting looking at each other like, wait a minute. Like, I literally felt Jose say, wait, no.
Come up here, Leah Lewis. Come up here.
I've been doing this wrong, bitch. Wait a minute. Mm-mm. I don't want the love, bitch. Where's the connection, the vibe? Yeah, what's the vibe? And then we should just change that word love into a different power.
Because you can just vibe with somebody. You can be in love, but I love you, but I don't like you. I've said that. You can love somebody and not like them. You can like somebody and not love them. I all I'm saying is you is though that part of that emotion I don't have for you. Now your feelings is hurt. Why? Because you want me to love you in the way you want me to love you. A motherfucker will cheat on you and lie to you, and you can know the truth and you can call them out on the truth. And that motherfucker is gonna keep lying because he needs you to believe the lie that he is telling. And I love you, baby. I would never. And is every day, all day long. And you will forgive and could be with you for 5 years and still not fucking love you. Your way. Come on, Aaliyah. You said it's not. What's not?
It was something that Jose and Aubrey was talking about at the end that I really agreed with. What they said, babe?
Girl, what part? Because we said a lot.
I know that's the thing because I was agreeing with a
I couldn't even
lot.
hear it because
Like,
I had went in the kitchen and got the charger.
Was it the toxic masculinity, femininity, and stuff like that? Or what part was it?
yes, something around that area.
How love is toxic. We were talking about love.
Yes. Oh no, you was talking about is they expect it to be a textbook version, and that's what I agree with.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, we're online, people online talking about, oh well, your man's supposed to be doing this, your man's supposed to be doing that. Like, okay, well, if you expecting your man to be doing that, then maybe like
That's
it's
your
not gonna work.
version of love.
Right. So maybe look for somebody who can give you that and stop expecting from people who can't show up for you like that.
Okay, because listen, you probably okay, because I had a cousin and she thought that her husband he should give me an iPhone, this number and that number, and take care of me and my kids and do and D and be the man of the house and not feel pressure and not go run and smoke crack because he is disturbed mentally and still be healthy as fuck, although he didn't come from a healthy relationship himself, because this is what you expect, because this is what your husband is supposed to do, because he's supposed to love you, so says the world and the Bible that you are thumping.
Right.
But at no point did you say what you were supposed to do for your husband.
Exactly.
How are you going to help this person that you have obviously trauma bonded with,
Mm-hmm.
that you say that you love, they're supposed to love you? Because see, that's what it is. We want people to fulfill us. We always talk about how we want people to love us. We never say, well, I want to love you in a very specific way. I want to let
Mm-hmm.
me cater to you. Like catering to somebody is not love.
Right.
So you love genomes because you see a lot of slaves.
Come on now.
That's not love. Because I go and get you a glass of water, does that mean I love you? It means that I don't ever want to see you thirsty. I don't need to say that it's love. Do I have that feeling for you? Absolutely. I could tell you all day long, I love you and never get you a glass of water. Would you rather me tell you I love you, Aaliyah, and not get you a glass of water, or I see you say, and I come back with a glass of water?
I would probably rather see it, in my opinion.
It's what you create. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be the word.
Because the action inside of that speaks louder than the word.
Than the word, yes.
Yeah. You could grow up with a grandma who was the sweetest pie. She never spanked your butt. She loved you and loved you under the table. You can't say a bad word because in those moments you felt bliss and euphoria.
Right.
You just say, I loved her so much. You did, because now it's going into trauma because that emotion is hurt
Mm-hmm.
because she's no longer here.
Yep,
That's
it's
the
a big
love.
one.
That's the trauma. This is bliss. You is struggling.
You can't feel the void.
Aubrey is struggling. She's sleepy as fuck. She'll be like,
But I'm listening. I really am though, because I really am like thinking about so much. Because in my head, I'm like, oh shit.
people think sex means love. Y'all done been having sex
It's
for 2
not.
months, and now you think that he's supposed to answer his phone when you call, and you pissed because the nigga ain't doing it. And
Mm-hmm.
then when he tell you, like, shorty, you knew what this was, but I'm catching feelings, bitch. That's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was just supposed to be fucking.
Well, I'm pregnant. That's your baby. I didn't sign up for that.
Mm-hmm.
We both laid down. We did. I just choose not to be there. You ain't shit. Nope, I ain't. And now you, it's reality.
Yeah.
Now he a horrible person. Why? Didn't you know you could get pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
You knew it.
Well, I feel like you should have abortion. This is my body. You're right, and that's your baby.
Yep.
What are we
Your
talking
choice.
about? You know what I mean? It's my choice, my body. You're right. It's my choice, my body. I'm going to take my body the fuck out
Right.
of here.
My choice, my
I
life.
want the kids. Because if he wants the baby and she doesn't, she can still go and have the abortion.
Exactly.
And oh, that's fucked up. You killing my baby. It's my body. I'm the one that has to carry this. Yes, but it's his child. It's him. It's part of, like, we're selfish. You want somebody to love you how you want to be loved. And what does that even mean? That just means I want you to do this and do that and prove to me and show me so I can feel good that you're here with me. It means something.
Damn.
That's all you're saying. Ultimately,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am.
You could be with somebody for 5 years and this person loves you, and he may have a moment of weakness where he went and fucked somebody else. He come and tell you, he crying, you don't fucking love me. Now for the next 2 years you're gonna make him pay for a moment of weakness. But he never said nothing when you gained 15 pounds. You didn't ate every ding dong and motherfucking ho ho, and he loved you still. You know what I mean? For a week straight, you had a bad tooth, your breath smelled like complete shit. He never said nothing. He loved you through it. He better not. Why the fuck not? People are selfish, bro. People are selfish. It's an emotion and it's trauma, and that's what it is. That's what it is.
Heavy on the trauma part. Where you was talking about the grandma part, all I could think about was my granny who passed, and it is trauma for me. And I had two grannies who passed, so it is trauma for me because I look at them and I thought of love, but now that I know what bliss is, I look at it as bliss. Like both of them who has passed, it's like it's hard for me to even talk about and even look at because I didn't even go to their funerals.
So now, can I make something another point for you that maybe it'll ease something for you, right? Because now we've
Mhm.
taken love out of it, and now you see it as bliss, right? That means I am not sad that she's no longer in pain because I'm blissful that I knew her. Did you know my grandma? No, you missed out. She was
Literally.
amazing. I'm in bliss that I knew her. I don't give a fuck if I knew her for 2 weeks. She did something. She rocked my world
Hmm.
for those 2 weeks because you knew her. You may have known her in a way that her the grandkids, Granny was my granny. Y'all didn't know Granny, like, because I used to get in Granny bed and Granny would give me, she would slide up under the bed and give me $5 and stuff, and then we would eat candy and stuff because that's bliss. So now don't be sad. Be joyful that you knew her for the time that you knew her
To create bliss.
to create bliss. And I know
Yes.
it's difficult, but I'm just saying, if you think of it like that, maybe it'll take some of the pain away.
Yeah.
Because you're going to always miss her. Because that is the natural emotion, and that's what I'm trying to explain. It's a natural emotion. We just keep saying it's love. No, it's an emotion. It's a sadness. It's an anger because I can't have her here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a disappointment because we can't be, I can't hear her laugh. But I was so in bliss when we were together, and I'm just so happy that I knew her.
Mhm.
Yes.
Maybe it'll take some of the pain away.
Gratitude, Katita.
Gratitude, Miss Aaliyah. Gratitude. All right, well, that's it. All right.
Listen, good talk.
Good talk. You know what I'm saying? If you don't attach certain shit to it, is all I'm saying is that you probably are causing trauma by attaching the energy of something and your belief to something. See, you can believe something or you can know something. You know what I mean?
Pretty much like putting the a la carte on the same situation. So if there is a vibe, so I'm gonna attach whatever this is outside of this that equals to the love that I saw through the Cinderella story, and it should be exactly like this because I've idolized what that love should be in that Cinderella story. So I'm just gonna put it as an a la carte on my order, so hopefully it can work for me, not even realizing that inside of that is trauma, which is ultimately going to spoil the whole a la carte because
Right.
it's like
You keep saying a la carte, and all I keep thinking about is like some apple pie. I don't even like apple pie, but I'm saying apple pie with the vanilla ice cream, right?
yeah,
You know
yeah,
how y'all be eating the icy things, and Toddy loves them. Toddy loves them. I'm gonna use that word. Toddy loves them. You can love an a la carte. Oh, girl, I love me some apple pie with some ice cream, and you would eat this shit, and then afterwards your stomach hurt, and you mad as hell because now, bitch, I done broke my diet. My stomach is hurting. I knew I shouldn't have ate that. Now you're in trauma.
right.
But you thought you were in bliss. No, you wasn't. You was just eating some good shit that you were enjoying. So anyway, I love y'all. Good talk, Aubrey and Jose.
Yes, good talk for sure.
Yes.
My mind's roaring over here.
Okay. And I know y'all tired, child. Yeah.
Girl, we just gonna lay it down.
Yeah.
We is gonna lay it down. Good talk, y'all.
Good talk.
Love talk.
Yeah.
I want to do a panel for this for real the next time, so we can actually be up there.
Yeah.
Be good.
That would be great.
A lot more questions.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna let y'all go.
Okay. You look.
Look.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. Okay.
Okay.
Peace.
Bye.
Excuse me. I saw somebody say, "Is that why we're supposed to control our emotions?" I would say so. Because if you are controlling your emotions, then you don't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or not as much. I feel like if you lose a child, that's a pain that you just can't, because again, it's trauma. You know what I mean? And so certain things, because people are just people, you can't get away from, but you can control certain emotions. You can control it because you can spaz out every day and not get out of the bed, or you can take control of it. Doesn't mean it don't hurt. It just means taking control of it, not putting a word on it. Like, you angry. I am angry. You have the right to be angry, but don't sit in it. Don't harbor in it. You know what I mean? Don't fester in it. How are you going to grow from it? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Singing sleep. But if I sing, it's gonna be some other stuff. It ain't gonna be no sleeping. You know what I mean? Anyway, good talk, y'all. Good talk. Good talk. I love y'all to life. Right? All right. Solitude. Wow. Peace.